down Paulsboro, a brand new show. Unfortunately, Irma is not with us today, but we decided to tape anyway because she said tape a new show. She had been away in Florida, actually isn't feeling well today. And you know, for Irma not to be here, she's not feeling well, but she'll be back at the next taping. Today's program comes to you from the Save-A-Lot food store here where Paulsboro meets Skipstown on Broad Street. It's a busy place. We're taping on March 14th, so all of you know what's going on around you with regards to people trying to regroup and understand how to best handle circumstances in these very, very interesting times. So stay with us. We're going to have an interesting show. Walter Quint will join us talking about what the school system's doing. We're going to visit with Bob. His family owns this place, and talk about how the supply chain is working because, frankly, the shelves are well stocked. So as you see this, if you're looking for some odds and ends and you think you can't find them, make this your first stop. But we'll be right back. We think we have an interesting show. And Irma, feel better. I know you're watching.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back. Our program this week comes to you from the Save-A-Lot grocery store here on Broad Street where Paulsboro meets Skipstown. Certainly a busy place. We're taping on March 14th. So by the time you see this, news may have changed about a lot of things, but people are paying attention and stocking up. As you know, you've seen so much, people sort of get tired of this kind of story, but this has a very local feel. With me is Bob Newton. His family owned this business. We were here at the grand opening. Bob, first of all, let me tell you, the place is as bright and clean as the day you opened it. I think people have to appreciate that.
Well, thank you, John. That's one thing my wife and the rest of my family that are here working, and all of our employees, we're very, very committed to this area and making sure all of our customers have a clean and inviting store, which they're entitled to. Well stocked and at our low prices.
Well, I don't have to tell you because you're in it, but this is a hard business to be in, by the way, for those watching. For those who don't know, I mean, when you operate a grocery store of this size, you're working on margins less than 3%. I mean, this is a volume business.
And that's if you're lucky.
And if you're
lucky, and if it was at 3%, I'd be happy. But anyway, we're very happy with the community and the support that we have. Our customers enjoy the store. We know a lot of customers on a first-name basis, and we're very happy to be here, and we're happy to serve them, especially at this time. There's a lot of stuff going on with the coronavirus, and we're here to help. We're here to help our customers, the elderly, and all of our customers in the area. So we have plenty of product in stock. We work vigilantly to make sure that we stay in stock on all items. My wife and I are here from 7 in the morning until almost 10 at night, 7 days a week. So we'll do our best to make sure we do our part.
And Bob, how is the supply chain? Because you look like you're well stocked today. Or Saturday about 10:30 in the morning. Paper products, which people are just panicked over, which I don't fully understand, but they are. So your supply chain is solid.
Right now, things are pretty good. We're on a daily truck basis, and right now our warehouse is at a 50% capacity because it's just overwhelming for them. But we always had the store loaded, and we seen something coming. This is kind of like a snowstorm effect where I try to stay well in advance, and thank God it paid off.
Any particular categories move more at this time other than the obvious? We hear major newscasts talking about paper products, toilet paper, things of that nature, hand sanitizer, but are people just generally stocking up?
You hit the main items that are going right now. I think as this evolves, people are going to start getting a little leery about how their food supplies are going to be, and I think you're going to see more of a trend to your non-perishables like soups and canned stews and tuna fish and stuff like that. I think that'll be the next wave, getting away from the water and the toilet paper and all.
Now, this location, I always thought for this kind of store had potential, and you're about to get a new Dollar Tree at long last. It seems like it's been coming for 3 years, but it looks like it's almost there.
Yeah, I believe that they're going to take possession of the building shortly, and from what I'm hearing, it takes them 6 weeks from the time they get possession of the building to a grand opening. So that's really good. They have a good team in place.
But it'd be very complimentary, I would think, as far as a grocery shopper who would run into that store.
Yeah, and we'll complement each other. I have the fresh fruit and vegetables and produce and fresh cut meats that we do here daily. So one add on to the other.
Yeah, by the way, it's a good point to make. The butcher department here is on site, correct?
Yes, yeah, we do all grade A, no Sicarni meats that are from Mexico. We don't carry that here in the store. That's why we run our separate ads from all the other Save-A-Lots. We only have USDA choice meats here and nothing else.
Is that a big mover product-wise, meat department?
Yes, it is. It's very good, and our meat department grows each and every week along with the store, thank God.
And how about to the other side? I only ask this because Janice is watching. How about on the plant-based movement in this country on food products, the vegetarian plant-based?
That's really starting to take off, which we now have vegan products in our freezer, and we're slowly getting into gluten-free products that we have available. A good Conti pasta line, gluten-free, the raviolis and stuff like that we carry. And we try to stay local, too, with a lot of businesses. Cento Foods, Conti's Pasta, a lot of Jersey influence. And
the plant-based stuff is moving?
Yes. There's a lot of people. It doesn't make a difference on the economic status of people. If you can't have gluten in your body, you need to have the product no matter where you shop at.
I'm fascinated by the whole thing, and some of those products taste pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad at all. Actually, we have some nice Italian ladies that come in and say the meatless meatballs aren't so bad. So that's a pretty good compliment to the companies.
That tells us the world's really changing. Yeah. That's an amazing comment. We're very happy to be visiting with Bob Newton and his family here at Save-A-Lot Stores. We appreciate the hospitality. It's a busy Saturday. If you haven't visited this store, you should give it a try. We think you'll be surprised. And as I said, it's as clean today as the day we were here for opening day. And their service to the community is sound. We'll be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. With me now is Dr. Walter Quint. He is Superintendent of Paulsboro Public Schools. This is his third tour of duty and arguably maybe his most interesting, because as we tape this show, it's Saturday, and of course New Jersey, like many other parts of the country, is working to figure out how to handle managing population with this virus in the background. And we're at Save-A-Lot food store on Broad Street, busy place this morning. Walter, that may be the best time we ever had on the show, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a flea market find.
I would have never guessed, by the way, as I mentioned to you. The school district is presently, as we tape this show, today's March 14th.
Yes. And
you're contemplating the possibility of the school system closing. The governor said probably inevitable. There's going to be some days that you're going to be down. But you're working to allow the lesson of the day to continue in the home in various ways. Tell us about what you're planning.
We are, and I have never been prouder or more excited about what our staff has done. Over the last 2 days, the staff each staff member has created a web page, and on that web page they have loaded 10 days worth of lessons, including assignments and assessments, online resources. In fact, as we speak, several staff members in the school videotaping lessons that can be uploaded. So when we're ordered to close, students will simply be able to go to the school website, click on their teacher's name, and 10 days of lessons will be there for them. And this works even if the only technology they have is a cell phone. It loads up very nicely on a cell phone. For the students that don't have a computer or access even to a cell phone, we have packets created that they'll be able to use to keep instruction going throughout a 10-day closure.
And if it should go longer, you just regroup and just add more?
The teachers can continue, even from home, to add to their websites, and we can just continue to add lessons as that takes place. These are work days for the school staff, whether we're in the school or not. We may be working from our homes, adding lessons. The other thing that's very important, and we're proud that we're going to be able to do, many of our youngsters need child nutrition program. We will set up kiosks outside the school so that youngsters can go between 9 and 10 o'clock each morning. The crossing guards will start work at 8:30 and continue to be on duty until 10:30. They can come to the school, grab a bag which will have their breakfast and lunch, and take it home with them. If they need to turn in an assignment, if they're doing the hard copy assignments, they'll turn it in, then we'll get it to the teacher. If they need another packet for some reason, they'll be able to pick it up. So we'll be open for breakfast and lunch throughout a closure.
Well, it's a big operation you're speaking of. How many of those breakfast and lunch would you have to prepare, do you think? What is the number?
Well, we have 1,221 students, so we will be ready to feed our children. We feed everybody breakfast and lunch who wants it, free of charge every day. That will continue. Everything will be shelf stable. So the first day we're going to prepare plenty of meals. We'll determine how many people come, and then we will start adjusting. But no one will be turned away. Everybody will still have access to breakfast and lunch. They just go to their school and pick up breakfast and lunch between 9 and 10 o'clock.
Now, you have not been ordered to close the schools yet. As I said, we're taping this on the 14th, so this will be dated probably by the time you see it, at least by a couple days. But you're prepared to adjust your schedule at the direction of the Department of Education as they say.
If we had to close Monday, we would be prepared. It would be better if we could go in Monday, because then we could get final instructions to the students in person. But if that doesn't happen and we can't be in school Monday, we're still okay. We're hoping to be there Monday. As soon as we get direction to close the schools, we'll also then take appropriate steps on school events. At this point, we've canceled nothing. We're waiting for directions from our governor, Department of Health, Department of Education. We're waiting for the experts to tell us, this is what we want you to do next.
I just have to say that the level of preparedness, I think, is just impressive. And to be able to react like this, and hopefully if you do have to close, it's not for any kind of prolonged period of time. But I can tell you, being privileged to be in some of these briefings at the state level, there's just a lot of uncertainty because they just haven't been able to catch up on the testing yet. We don't know what we have.
Exactly. So we're working. It's very fluid. We understand that everybody is working in that sense. The nice thing, the silver lining in this is, even if we never have to use these materials in this plan now, we've moved ahead as an educational community. We've created our web pages. We're working with online instruction, and I'm watching the teachers saying, "Oh, I could do this. I can make this better." So when this crisis is over, we're going to be a better faculty and a better school than we were before. and be able to do a lot of things that we didn't realize we could do before, even if we're in session. You always look for the brighter side of things, and you have found it in this moment. We are in a very interesting time frame here. That's an update on the Paulsboro Public Schools. Parents, I guess parents check on websites, details. Website for details, and as soon as I have any information, I will post it on the website and then do a phone blaster so everybody knows that the information is there. As soon as I know, everybody will know.
Very good. Visiting with Dr. Walter Quint, Superintendent of Paulsboro Public Schools, and of course all the schools throughout the state are following a similar plan. And not easy stuff, but a great deal to be gained, and preparedness is always a good formula. So a lot of value to what's taking place. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back to Iron on Paulsboro. We continue from the Save-A-Lot supermarket on Broad Street. We thought it'd be an interesting place to be because it's a busy place. We're on Saturday, and of course the whole nation is trying to figure out what happens next. But with me now is Paul Morina. He is a principal of Paulsboro High School, also the wrestling coach, and just completed a season. We always like to do a recap, and really happy Paul could take a moment to come out. Paul was concerned about his appearance, but he's got kids working at the wrestling building, cleaning up after season. So Paul, first of all, welcome. I think your appearance is perfect. How could it be better? It says Paulsboro Red Raider.
Yeah, thanks. That's what it is.
You came through a very interesting year this year. What a ride of emotion. I mean, injuries, unusual injuries at the beginning, and then something completely unexpected. But the kids, it seems like you had a lot of success. Why don't you take us from the beginning, give people a sense of what the year was like?
Well, beginning of the year, we had like 4 starters out. Two of them from injuries from football, and another one had another shoulder injury. But yeah, we had like 4 kids out, and we struggled at the beginning. We had some kids step in and did a pretty good job for us, the best they could, and they did a good job for us at the beginning of the season. But once we got everybody back in mid-January, we were just, we were a really solid team, and the kids proved that throughout the rest of the season by going forward and winning the conference, winning the Group 1 championship, and also winning districts. And unfortunately, towards the end of the season, I guess at the end of middle of February, we had an unfortunate, or actually beginning of February, unfortunate incident with Brandon Green and his issue. But the kids adapted real well. The main thing everybody was concerned was Brandon's health, and that he was going to be okay. And there was a lot of emotion. The kids stepped up, and they banned that they were going to go forward and win the season for Brandon. And they were very proud of our kids, the way they stepped up. And the whole community and the whole wrestling nation and all over the country, we've gotten emails and support, and especially our community. Everyone has supported us. it showed that what's really important in life, and I think the kids learned that lesson, and we all learned that lesson.
Yeah, Paul, I was just going to say, I mean, the sport of wrestling is hard enough under the best of circumstances. In this case, people at that age, they don't think about mortality. I mean, they're indestructible. So for you as a coach and your staff as teachers to have to be able to help them through that, that's a stark realization that things are very fragile.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what the message was for the kids. And I think this group of kids have learned something that no other group has learned, and have went through something that no one's ever learned. I've been coaching 38 years, and it's the first time that I ever had a situation like this. And I'm just fortunate and happy for Brandon that he's doing well and he's alive and he's healthy, and that's the most important thing. Wrestling, I told him, will be over in 5 or 6 years, but you got a lifetime to live and enjoy life. I'm very proud and happy that Virginia Tech is honoring his scholarship.
It's a huge deal, by the way.
Yeah, and I think it shows a lot for Coach Roby at Virginia Tech, and he's been in contact with Brandon and myself throughout to this day. He's just a great guy, and it says a lot for Virginia Tech. And we hope Brandon just finds a place, and we always say things happen for a reason. Maybe someday he'll be a great coach, and he has a story to tell, and he can help people along the way with his experience.
Well, Paul, let me say that's not just because you're standing next to me. You had benefit of family, you had benefit of yourself, and that wonderful group that surrounds those kids to participate in this program. And for that friend of his that was driving the car that night, I mean, you just talk about people just doing what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, and that's a credit to our young people. People don't give our young people enough credit. And a credit to our school systems that teach CPR. I mean, we teach that at, I think it's 11th grade. It's in our curriculum, and that's why it shows that the importance of it. And I give that young man a lot of credit for what he's done, and he reacted the right way, and he basically saved his life. And what else can you ask for?
Oh, I want to say that you've had a lot of successes at this school and with this program. It could be argued that this intangible that you had to face, this may have been your best year, most significant year, and maybe one of your greater accomplishments. First of all, holding those kids together and letting this lesson of life flow to them. So as you said, they can go on to do other things.
Yes, sir. That's what it's all about. I mean, athletics is extracurricular activities, and it's still an extension of the classroom. And I think everyone, not just our kids, but our fans and the coaching staff and the people around our school system learned that, life is precious and there's more important things than just athletics, and staying healthy and family and God, all that stuff is so much more important than anything else in life.
Real lesson. Thank you, Paul. We visited with Coach Morina, summarizing what was a very, very interesting year in, I would argue, New Jersey's most storied high school wrestling program, but a different lesson taught, learned, and observed by so many people. Congratulations to all those associated with it, and we'll be right back. Thanks.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
And welcome back. With me now is Scott McKenzie. He is a member of the Knights of Columbus, and they have just, as we visit here on this Saturday, I'm not sure when the segment will make it into the show, but we're taping this particular segment on March 14th. Just finished a community project in actually cleaning up what is almost a forgotten cemetery that sits just where Paulsboro meets Gibbstown, off of Berkeley Road, across from Wawa. Scott, so apparently this cemetery has great history, and it sort of just got lost.
Yeah, that seems that way. One of our new members, Wayne Federico, a longtime Gibbstown resident and a member of the VFW, he's recently gone out with his granddaughter, and they put flags up on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. The cemetery is owned by the Johnson family, and it's, like you said, it's located in Gibbstown. So Wayne wanted to do a cleanup project before spring hit to make clean the cemetery up, make it look nice.
Well, it's a wonderful gesture. Now, you think maybe over 100 people are interned there?
Somebody said right around 130. I think 130 plots, they say.
And going back to turn of the century, 1900.
Yes. Yeah. Many of the grave sites, they were born in the 1800s, but late 1800s, and a lot of people buried in the early 1900s.
And if those could talk, I suspect there would be real stories there. How did the Knights select this project? Because I've lived here my whole life. I didn't even know the cemetery was there.
I didn't know it was there either. That was our member Wayne, who was helping the Johnsons maintain it, and like I said, with the VFW putting up flags during Memorial Day and Veterans Day.
It's a wonderful project. Appreciate the Knights of Columbus very much for taking it on. We suspect there's going to be more to this story as we get a little more feedback. So I think we're going to probably do a follow-up on this cemetery because it feels like there's great history here. We'll be right back. We appreciate the Knights of Columbus on a beautiful Saturday, getting back with great respect to the cemetery and those who are laying rest there. We'll be right back from Save-A-Lot Store.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Unfortunately, there are no community notes this week because there is no Irma, but we're going to fix that in time for the next show. So for Amy Buchter, who's behind the camera, for Fred Buchter, who couldn't be with us, and for Bill Crane, who couldn't be with us today, our producer, and for Judy McKenzie, who's standing off to the side, who jumped in to help with the show today, as I will say for Irma, see you on Broad Street. For all of you watching, exercise good common sense as these next couple weeks unfold around us. Stay tuned for good information on news outlets you can trust. Be smart, be safe. We'll get through this whole thing together. And as Irma says, see you on Broad Street. Until next time.